The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
Welcome to MOWTALKS. Just want to take a few minutes and talk to you about something that is pretty much on everybody's mind right now. It's called truth. Truth is an amazing thing, but it's a pretty easily answered thing. People are searching for truth. Give us the truth, give us the truth. And everybody wants to know, how can we know what truth is? Well, it can be summed up in one thing. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So truth is a pretty easy answer. We know that the Bereans wanted to see if things were so. They sought out truth. But was that the highest and the best thing that we could do? Was to seek out truth? Peter brings another issue in. He says, if you want to live long, good life, holy life, walking with God, it says seek peace and pursue it. He didn't say seek truth, he said seek peace. Why? Because peace is a thing that actually begins to set truth in our minds and in our consciences where it is, where it's supposed to be. Truth is revealed through peace. It says that in James, it says that wisdom from above is first of all peaceable. Paul, when he's dealing with relationships, he said, but God wants peace. Over and over, we understand that this terminology of peace must be a part of our lives, that we must walk forward in peace, that in the days to come, I want you to know, the thing that's going to carry you all the way through is not going to be your ability to distinguish right and wrong, but to distinguish the peace of God. In Isaiah, he says this way, he says, you are led forth in peace. That literally the direction that we take, the directions that we move in must be brought about by peace. You want to know the best decisions in the days to come? The ones that produce peace. John would speak about this in one of the later books, and he said, listen, he said, if your heart doesn't condemn you, you have confidence with God, which basically means this. Don't make any decision unless you have that confidence. Don't let anybody push you into a direction without that confidence. Don't just take somebody's thoughts and ideas and make them your own if you don't have a peace about it. That's why I've spoken so often about you want to hear God's voice. Where do you hear his voice? In your gut. What's your gut telling you? What's the Spirit of God telling you? Is your mind running rampant and just thinking about everything and every scenario and trying to, and you know, the world we live in right now, everybody's trying to figure out what is it? What is it? What is the conspiracy? What is this pandemic about? What is this thing that's happening around us? What is it that has produced so much fear? And I can tell you, in the midst of that, as your mind is running, you have no peace. And God says, seek peace and pursue it. That it's only in the seeking of peace that you will find him. He is the Prince of Peace. And so in all your getting, in all your seeking, understand that it's not necessarily about you figuring out what the right answer is. It's about you having the peace to walk on in your life. Jesus would talk to the Pharisees and he says, you think that by knowing the scriptures, you know the truth. But truth is standing right in front of you. And sometimes in our lives, we become so stubborn that we want to find out the best thing. I can promise you that the greatest win that the devil has had during this time has been the distraction of so many of God's people into trying to figure out what's really going on. I can tell you what's really going on. God is sitting in the heavens and he's laughing. Is there conspiracy? That's what Psalm 2 says. It says the nations have always conspired. You can't do anything about that. Your knowledge of that won't change anything. But something happens when you begin inviting the peace of God inside of you. When you begin pursuing peace. When people around you say, man, you carry peace. How do you carry this peace? My wife was in a situation last week where somebody looked at her and said, you carry so much peace. I remember in my early days when I was ministering on the streets in Columbia, South Carolina, this one guy looked at me and says, I just don't know anybody who has as much peace as you do. How do you have this peace? Well, see, the goal is to seek peace and pursue it. You pursue peace, not truth. You pursue peace. Jesus already carries truth. You believe in Jesus, you've got truth. And he will guard your heart. So I bless you today. I bless you with the peace of God. The peace that goes way beyond measure. That there's no reason for you to have peace. You know, we look at the world and we go, Lord, it's a mess. And he would agree with you. He'd say, yeah, it's a mess. But he will give you peace beyond your understanding, beyond the circumstances that are remaining intact. But you are blessed in peace to go forth in peace. And great will be your children's peace. And your family will experience peace. So peace I leave with you, as Jesus said. My peace I give to you. Have a day filled with the peace of God, which will grant you all the wisdom you need for this day and for the days to come. Bless you. You have an awesome day.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.